Hey there, Anthony from Harroway. We've just released our new single, Narsociety, out on all streaming platforms. And we're here today with Kris to
That's
talk
the
all
one.
things Harroway, touring, and everything in between.
Fantastic, Anthony. Thanks for joining us today, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So, as you say, Harroway recently released a new single, Narsociety. So, how's the early reception been?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been a bit of a different sound for us with having the new singer come in with a little bit of higher register, a little bit more melodic for us as well. So far it's been really good. We've got some really good feedback from fans, friends, family, and it seems to be going off at the shows too. People are really enjoying Chris's voice for sure.
Nice. So, we'll get into that side of things a little bit later. But for now, can you tell us a bit more about Narsociety musically and what you're actually going for this one?
In terms of the themes of the song, or in terms of like
Both the musical side of it, I guess. Yeah, we'll talk about the themes next.
Okay, so the musical side, I mean, it's pretty much our tried and true sort of formula of like heavy, heavy stuff, low tuned into drop E. I don't think in this one we go into our double drop D. That's in another song coming.
Right.
But no, it's really just there. We're trying to showcase CJ's voice as much as we can, whilst also making it truly Haraway, which is something that we've really come to enjoy. The breakdowns as soon as they hit, both in your ears when it comes to the recording as well as live. It translates really well. And we've also noticed that the more melodical things we can get into it, is the more that people really start to enjoy listening back to it and breaking it up a little bit and giving us more feedback on it too. So yeah, when it comes to that, it's yeah, that's pretty much it. It's our tried and true formula, and we're just mixing up a little bit sonically with what we can do.
Yeah, nice, nice. Now, the song is actually a play on words using narcissism and society mixed together. So, run us through the thought process behind the song and its relevance in today's society.
Oh man, it just comes from like the continual sort of like prison that people are currently experiencing with like current social media, the instant gratification of things, like evaluating your worth as effectively with the numbers on the screen. I'm not talking money, I'm talking likes, I'm talking comments, shares, all the rest of it. Where, I've seen a lot of friends get hung up on these things where if they didn't get like 20 likes in the first 10 minutes, they've deleted the whole thing. I'm like, weren't
Oh,
you
really?
meant to be sharing this because it was something cool that you thought of? Why do you care what other
Yeah,
people think?
yeah,
But
right.
yeah, it's a lot to do with that, and there's also a reference to vaping in there, which like personally I was like not super like happy with when like a couple of my friends got onto it because they're like offer ciggies onto that. So there's a few references to what I'm witnessing and what a lot of the people in the band are witnessing happening in today's society, and it's a little bit air to say about society because it makes you sound kind of like the Joker, but it really is just a bit of a commentary on like what we're seeing unfold and what we're not really enjoying about the darker side of social media and how it's affecting a lot of people at the moment.
It's good that someone's addressing that too, because those points you made are all valid too. But these days, someone writes something on Facebook and it's fact, it's gospel straight away. Like you can say whatever you want about someone, and the moment that person responds to it, they're the attacker. And it's like, hang
Mm.
on, I'm just responding to what you're saying. They twist you out. I've experienced that myself recently. It's a dangerous thing, and if you let it get to you too much, it can affect your mental health. It can go a lot further.
Oh, absolutely. And it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't too. Because if somebody's spreading absolute nonsense about you, you can take the choice of, well, I'm just going to let it be because it's nonsense, or you can address it. And either way, somebody's going to create a narrative of like, oh, they responded, they must have done something, or
Clearly,
they
yeah.
didn't respond. We're just going to keep reinforcing a narrative, you know?
I had someone recently say that they'd seen me leading an anti-lockdown Nazi rally in Melbourne. I live in
Northland Shopping
Brisbane.
Centre.
I live in Brisbane for a start, but like and people would just comment under it as if it had happened and they'd actually seen it themselves. It's and like you say, you get on there and you say something about it, and then why is he defending himself? And if you don't say something about it, it's why isn't he defending himself? It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
It kind of is, yeah. And I know the if you're talking about the one that happened at the shopping center, Northland, yeah, that shopping center is going through a lot at the moment with all those Nazi protests and stuff like that. Like it's kind of ridiculous. It's getting out of hand.
It is
But
well.
yeah, I don't
Apparently, I
know.
was there. I was there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. What do you think about it?
anyway, back to you guys. And
Yeah.
the film clip for the song, like it's weird, man. Like it's strangely captivating. It's got a cinematic look and feel, complete with movie style credits, but it just shows people walking through a sprawling city from behind, follows
Mhm.
them the same way throughout. Like listen to it being described, it sounds really boring, but I found myself unable to look away. It's actually quite a captivating film clip.
Yeah, it does kind of bring you back to a little bit of what we're touching on in the song too, of like it's a little it touches and like really pries into that brain rot sense that so many people are getting hooked on these days, where like you can't look away even if something isn't really happening. You're just kind of sitting there. And I know that I've been victim to it too, where I'm sitting in a video, it's like, watch till the end. And it's like, okay, wait, nothing happened. And the video's repeating again. What's going on here? Like
Especially these days with everyone stays with the movies to see that after movie credit scene. Like I just Google it now and go, is there one in this movie? No, I'm out here. Instead of
Oh,
waiting around at the end and
I'm
having
even
nothing.
worse for that. Like even if it says there isn't one here, I'll stay just in case. Like
And you feel like an idiot when everyone else has walked out and you're there by yourself.
yeah, I'm just there sitting there with all the popcorn all over my lap, like, oh yeah, well, here we go.
Now, we touched on this a little bit before, but Narsociety does see you introducing more melodic edge and clean vocals and stuff to your sound. So is that something that you've been wanting to do for a little while, or did it just happen to work for this song?
Well, it's definitely something we've wanted to introduce into our sound, both live and in the studio before. But it's kind of been something we've struggled with to really execute on because, Matt's excellent what he does. He has an excellent vocal range and he's extreme vocals. I mean, as a guitarist and backup screamer, like I can really appreciate the talent he has. But he really looked within himself and was like, we need somebody to bring us into that higher register. We need somebody that can do this so that he can do his best on stage with those real raw screams and CJ can like flourish with those things. So we've wanted to experiment with it a while. We have written songs previously that do that, but it didn't translate the best to live. So definitely it's something we've wanted to experiment with for a while.
Yeah. Speaking about live, bro, like you introduced the song to fans on the just completed tour, would make them suffer injustice for the damn. So did the crowds like it, or did they get it straight away, or was it
Oh,
standoffish?
dude, the whole tour was so cool. Like from the first, even though it isn't our heaviest song, from the first note in most of the shows, people were just ready to go. Like they just wanted to like dance, move along. Some people even knew the lyrics, which was kind of wild to me as well. Like we heard some singbacks too, which was like, whoa, sick. That's wild. But no, it was seemed to be received really well, and everybody commented on CJ's vocals lives because if you heard it on the record, it's high and soaring, but man can do it live too.
You can, yeah.
Mm.
Were you nervous going into those shows about that song though? Like wondering how the fans would respond?
Yeah, honestly, like it's the same as a lot of our releases too, where you've spent all this time curating something and creating something that you really like, but you're worried that the people who like our songs like Parasite and Heresy, you're like, they're just gonna leave us.
They're gonna walk out.
No, they liked it too. And of course, we've got the really nasty breakdown in the middle of it. So people get what they came for.
Hypothetically, though, what would you have done if it had gone down like a lead balloon every night and people just didn't get into it? What would you have?
Oh, we would have just kept full sending it. At the end of the day, we love it, right? And if you don't like that song, then we'll obviously take the feedback. But for us, we're putting out there what was true to us. I think for the majority of it, if not all of it. So if you don't like that song, you're gonna hear Parasite starting in the next 20 minutes anyway. So you're gonna come back in for that and punch your best friend in the
Back
face.
it up, princess.
Yeah.
Now, that's your first new music since Heretic last April. So is it a standalone song, bro, or is it part of a bigger picture?
Oh, look, I can't like divulge too much into the
But
whole
you just
what's
did.
coming thing. Look, who knows what's coming, but there's a good amount coming on its way. If I had only just heard of us, I'd be looking. There's a good mix what's coming. If you like our Parasite stuff, then yeah, don't worry, you won't be disappointed. But there's plenty of other stuff that we want to like flourish and really show off CJ's talents here as well. Delving more into melodic, delving into some dark themes. Like we've really been a band to focus on really what's happening with people's mental health as well. And, that comes from experience as well as what we've observed within our friends and family, and just society in general. So yeah, there's a lot coming and there's a lot of variance in there too, man. But hey, I
I
can't
won't
say
put you on
exactly,
it.
can't say
I won't
exactly
put you
what.
on it.
I will say though, there's a couple clips coming out potentially, and one of them may have claimed my leg during filming, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see when we're hopping you around next time. The actually raises a good point there, though, bro. Like a lot of these songs are written about personal natures and mental health issues and stuff like that, but it's obviously got to be cathartic for you guys in a way. So, what are you going to do one day when you've healed yourselves and everything's happy in your world? You know,
Oh,
right?
I don't know, man. Is that even a possibility? No, I mean, really for us, it is like the lived experiences. There's always something to draw from, and they're the easiest ones to write about. I think people, at least when I hear somebody singing about something they're not super related to or close to, you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
So for us, I don't know, you'll hear me scream the lyrics live for Impulse, even if I'm not at the mic, because that song just means so much to me. So yeah, in a way, it's cathartic because it's just the release. You know, you gotta show up every day and do whatever you got to do for your job. But the second you're on stage, it's like, you know what, I gotta let it all out.
Mm. But I've always wondered this side of too, bro. Like you're basically reliving a bad part of your life every time you sing that. Like,
Yeah,
does it affect you in that way at all sometimes?
it does. But I think for myself and a lot of the guys in the band too, and I think this is the same for a lot of artists, it's the ability to take that like pre-existing pain that you've had to work through in one other way, write it down in terms of a song, but then performing it, it isn't like necessarily the negativity that's coming up for me. It's the I've pushed through it. This is still something that weighs on me, but I know that like I can get through this song. Like, and you get the aggression out through that music, which translates obviously to the pits and the walls of death. But at the same time, I feel like if people sit down, like listen to it, really listen to the lyrics and what we're saying as well, you do get that not so much reliving the pain as much as like, yeah, I conquered it and we're smashing through it, but not in a power metal way, if you know what I mean.
It's a lot cheaper than a therapist, too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's actually something funny I heard recently where somebody was eating dessert and it was like 6 donuts for $4. And I was like, oh man, you're going through them. Like, it's way cheaper than therapy. I'm like, facts.
You could relate. Let him eat his donuts.
Yeah.
Now, we've spoken about the show you've just come off with, Make Them Suffer Justice in the Dam, but you're probably not allowed to answer this one either. So just give me a nod or a shake of the head. Have you got any more coming up?
Tours and shows. I mean, we've announced a couple on the socials, so have a look. Have a look for sure. But we're sitting on a couple things, and not just music, but announcements. But we have announced a couple of them. We're doing Tamworth as well as a festival with Sienna Skies as well. So
Nice.
definitely take a look if you're around in Tamworth. Come and have a look because it
Is
seems
that
like
the
the
country
regional shows go
festival?
off.
Not Tamworth Country Music Festival, surely.
No, 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 no. So
I
we've
was
got
going
a
to
show
say,
in
how the fuck
Tamworth
did you
for an
put that
emo
off?
night, and then we have another show, I think, in Sydney at the Lansdowne with Sienna Skies for a festival there. It's been announced, so
Hey,
I'm allowed to
nice.
say this without getting shot.
No, so what's the best place for people to go and check out what you got coming up in your music?
Definitely Insta, Facebook, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. And when the songs actually drop, they're on all the streaming platforms. So wherever you are, you can't escape us.
Nice. Before you go, bro, I was telling you before about how we could change the background images and stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I've incorporated that into a new segment called Photo Bombs. So basically, I've trolled through social media before we had a chat, and I've come up with some pictures that I want to know a little bit more about.
Okay.
So I couldn't find anything too bad, unfortunately, but there's this one, bro. Like, what venue was that? You wouldn't want to have too big a singer. It's Loop's pretty fucking small.
Yeah, that looks like it was either the Bergie Band Room in Melbourne, I think. I'm not sure actually. But oh, was it? Or is it the new venue? No, it's the new venue in Melbourne. It had really good food. I remember that. Don't remember the name of it, but that was a sick venue. Their PA that they've got in there is top notch.
That
Like
they
even
look good,
for our,
yeah.
yeah, that show went off. I love that show. We were there with Vilify as well. It's always a good time.
Nice. And what's it like that one? It's pretty low that stage. What's the smallest stage you've ever played on it? How'd you make it work?
Oh, the smallest one. In Harroway, the smallest one we've probably played on might be the Burdekin middle floor, or even no, it's probably that one, to be honest. No, wait. Bad decisions in Melbourne.
I
That
didn't
is like
say.
a hallway, but it's the best. It's like a floor show. Like we had somebody get thrown onto our pedal board that show. It was hilarious, and it started looping. And I'm looking at the other guitarist, just like, it's not me, it's not, it's you. And I just turned off his temper. It was a mess, but it's so much fun.
Nice. And the other photo I found, there's quite a few photos of this little fella. I don't know who he is.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is Henry. Okay. Okay. This is a bit of a deep cut. So I am probably the most accident prone member in the band. I've had two shoulder reconstructions. I've snapped my ATFL. I've just completely demolished my knee. But on one tour where we were going all across just regional sort of stuff at our Newcastle show, I had completely fractured my wrist, like fractured my strumming wrist, and couldn't play the remainder of the shows. Like I went through two of them. I went through two shows with the wrist
Not a bad
through.
effort.
Yeah, I was just smashing the painkillers and playing through it. I woke up one morning and it was just swollen and it hurt to even like make a fist, and I had to call it. So for the rest of that tour, we actually had to chuck my guitar through a track, and we just chucked him on top of the amp and was like, yeah, Henry's playing tonight. So occasionally we would get messages from fans being like, is it Ant or is it Henry playing tonight? So that's
So
him.
cool. I don't have lived on, or have you retired him after that?
He hasn't played a show since, so yeah.
Very nice. All right, Anthony. Pleasure speaking with you, mate. The single Narsociety is out now, and it is different from Harroway, but it is also an absolute fucking banger, bro. So I look forward to listening to some of the stuff that may or may not be coming out in the near future.
Thank you so much, mate. It's been a pleasure being on.